Yes, I mean, there's the old phrase, which I'm sure you've heard, that the print publications have swapped their print rands for digital cents. So, because the value of a digital advertisement can quite easily be measured if one wants to define it in terms of how many people have viewed it, how many people clicked on it, how many people went through to the next level. And some publications offer a service in which you only actually pay for the advertisement once the individual has gone through to your own website and purchased a product. So, and that's almost like it's called a cost per acquisition model. So there are many different ways in which the advertising is made available to advertisers to serve different purposes. Because frequently for a well-known brand like KFC or Coca-Cola or any of the Unilever products, brand awareness is very important. So they wouldn't necessarily require the reader to click through or engage with the advertisement as long as there's a constant subliminal viewing of that ad. So they would merely pay for that viewing slot. And then we have what's called a cost per click model, where the advertiser would only pay once the ad had actually attracted the attention of the viewer and he had clicked on it to reply to in response to anything. And then the next level above that is a cost per lead, which would be used perhaps by financial institutions or medical aids, insurance companies, where the value for them is in generating interest from an audience that will result in them being able to contact that reader from their call center. So actually providing them with a lead. And finally, some brands and clients take it through to the ultimate level, which is not only will you not be rewarded for the lead, you will only be rewarded if that lead actually results in a sale. So that's the cost per acquisition. And obviously, the price changes accordingly, because for awareness, it's a very low price per 1,000 views. Cost per click is slightly more. You pay only for the click, but at a higher price, and it increases. And depending on what the service is that you are selling or promoting, so the price will be affected. And because the publisher has to undergo such a long waiting period and so many stages in the acquisition process before it results in an actual customer lead or acquisition. But in many instances, it's worth it for the brand to pay 200, 300, 400, 500 rand per acquisition. A nice example is a campaign that we ran for a leading car brand, and the advertisement invited people to come for a test drive. And so that was the measure. Success was measured not on how many times the ad was viewed or seen, but on how many people actually clicked through and filled in the form and said, yes, I'm coming for a test drive. And I think the number of test drives in this particular case that resulted over a 3-week period was something like 300, which is a large number of individuals who are actually walking into your store and into your shop and getting into that vehicle and driving it. And I think that from the advertiser's point of view, it resulted in something like 4 or 5 vehicle sales, which is not a bad ratio. Those sales resulted directly from that campaign within a close period of time, but they had added thousands to their customer database, and they'd actually had direct contact with 300 of those. Wow. So that's the value that lies in the process. So I think that the extent to which print publications in the heyday were able to generate revenue was far greater. The amount of effort that went into generating one advertising rand was far less than what it takes with digital. But that is also just the nature of the changing world. And if you don't adapt, you die.